AI agents have landed inside of the Lead Capture IO platform. In this video, I'm going to walk through what AI agents are and how they'll benefit you and why we're creating them. I'll discuss how you can get access to the AI agent platform. I'll give you a quick tour of V1 of AI agents, and I'll talk a little bit about what you can expect in the future. So before I dive into it, at a real high level, I truly believe that AI, especially AI agents, are the future of everything we do. When it comes to lead generation specifically and performance marketing, there's a ton of stuff we do. From creating landing pages to writing copy to hooking up systems to optimizing our lead capture forms to dealing with things like spam and verification to follow-up campaigns through email, SMS, and phone. There's a lot to be done. And sometimes you only have one or just a handful of people managing these things. Well, this is where I think in the future we're going to see AI agents come in and make everything we do both more efficient and effective. And when thinking about the future of AI and where it fits into the Lead Capture IO platform, I wanted to figure out a way to start baking it in more. And the challenge that we have from a product perspective is our core product has a lot of stuff that we're still focused on, such as advanced conditional logic, email verification, landing pages, and just more non-AI stuff that we need to bake into the platform. But then at the same time, there's all this AI stuff happening and all this stuff that we can bring to you to benefit you all. So what we decided to do was spin up a whole new platform to make it easier to create these AI agents. So this way you can kind of power up your Lead Capture IO experience. Think of these as like a mini AI agent app store. And over time, you're going to see this get deeply integrated into the Lead Capture IO platform. They're both going to connect. There's going to be a fusion where you have AI connect deeper in with Lead Capture IO, and then that is really when things are going to take off as far as how we're integrated with AI. But for now, we're starting with just V1 of our AI agent platform, and we're finding ways to integrate them into everything we do. So here is the AI agent platform. You simply just click on this link, and this will bring you to this page. Now, the first thing to note here is that you're going to need to sign in with a different account. And this is only a temporary thing we're currently working on. You'll see here, we're currently working on a single sign-on solution. This will be coming in about 3 to 4 weeks. It's the next part of this that we're working on. Like I said, we're going to be over time integrating this more and more and more with Lead Capture IO. So it's like a phased approach. This is also only available to Pro and Plus plans. We have costs on our side to run this. There's no additional cost for people who are currently on Pro and Plus and higher plans. So just keep that in mind. If you are on a trial, you unfortunately will not get access to this right now. But as soon as you become a long-term member, you will have access. For access, simply just reach out to support@leadcapture.io, and we'll get you set up with a username and password. Now I'm just going to pause and then log in here. When you log in, you will land on a page like this. So this is the AI agent hub that we're building out, again, to power up your lead capture workflows and your lead capture IO experience. So you'll see all of the AI agents that we're building out show up here, just like you would with like an app store type of thing. And we'll continue to build out this and create filters and stuff as we add more AI agents. Going to the left, before I walk through each of these, going to the left, you'll see the left-hand sidebar is related to Lead Capture IO, of course. And then if you just click back to main platform, this just takes you right back in. So let's go back to AI agents. Like I said, there's 2 different platforms here. And again, the reason why we did this is so we can move faster, rapidly build these out, then take a phased approach to integrating this into Lead Capture IO. To the left-hand side, you'll see the various AI agents. And then looking at the center here, let's just quickly look at some of the AI agents that we're working on. And I'll talk a little bit about what's coming, and I'll show you the AI agent for optimizing landing pages. So first, we created an AI agent to optimize landing pages. Now, when we got started with this idea, this is the first one we built, and we just wanted to create a very simple tool to help with this, with the power of OpenAI GPT-4. So this was like our test to see if this was even possible. We figured out it was possible, and then it was off to the races from there. This was just another simple one, the lead velocity rate calculator. One of the things that we like to do when we do conversion optimization and A/B testing is not just look at things like conversion rates and CPL, but also lead velocity rate. We found that it's kind of like a good way to quantify improvement when you're reporting back to clients and team members. So we created a lead velocity rate calculator, and it kind of models out what you can expect from your lead velocity rates and revenue. It's potentially helpful if you are doing testing and looking to report that back to people. So this one's pretty basic. This one's a bit more advanced because it runs against a CRO model and you can talk to ChatGPT through it. And then the AI A/B testing agent is the one that I'm really excited about right now because this brings A/B testing to a whole new level. So I'll just quickly talk about this, then I'll dive into the AI agent landing page optimizer to give you a quick tour of how that works. I don't want this video to get too long, so let's just dive into the A/B testing real quick. So the plan with A/B testing here is, for those of you who have been longtime users, you may remember that we had an A/B testing feature inside of Lead Capture IO. We ended up doing a lot of like refactoring back-end work, and long story short, we took that down to rebuild it. Well, instead of rebuilding the A/B testing feature, what we're going to do is launch an AI agent that basically does the A/B testing and analysis for you. So what you will be able to do here is come into this agent and spin up A/B tests, and then the agent will run the test for you, analyze the results, and give you the output. And then you can determine whether or not you want to keep a lead capture form or make a specific change. So all of that will be found inside of here. You'll be able to save your tests and track your performance and so on. So this one is in progress and we're expecting to launch it pretty soon. Then beyond that, we're going to have other AI agents for follow-up to help you with that, more advanced routing to help you with that. And then, like I said, we'll begin to integrate these more into the Lead Capture IO platform, and you'll see more and more of these pop up. Let's dive into the AI agent landing page optimizer now. So you'll see when you dive into each of these, there's like some information about how it works, and then you can just dive in and start using it. So the way this works here is that we use AI to scan the image. You can basically go to a landing page, and I'll walk through this and upload a section of the landing page, provide some context. It analyzes the copy and runs it through a CRO framework, looking at things like value prop, clarity, relevance, and then it gives you a score. Then you can talk to AI to get deeper insights about where to optimize. So let's just take a look at how this works. Here is just a random landing page that I found. And I actually think that this is a decent landing page, but at a high level, I do see optimizations that could be made. So let's see let's see what the AI says. So we're just going to look at above the fold. And what we found here is that when you're getting AI to provide CRO and optimization recommendations to you, you just want to focus on a specific section of the page. You'll get much better results that way. So we're just going to take this section and then we're going to upload it into the AI agent here. One thing that we're working on here and something to keep in mind if you use this is if you navigate away from the page, it will refresh. That's something we're going to fix. So just keep that in mind when using this. Here is the screenshot that I just captured. And then now it's about feeding context to the AI before we do all the prompting and get the result. So here we're going to say we're only looking at the hero section. And now I'm going to provide some additional context here. This is really key. Do not skip out on the context. So I'll pause this just to save some time and come back and then just kind of walk through that. So I probably could have done a better job with the context, but I'm not trying to overthink this right now. I'm just simply saying that this is the hero section of a landing page. We are running Google Ads traffic to it and looking to capture inbound leads for a free inspection. And then I'm going to hit analyze content. And you'll see analysis is in progress. Please do not navigate away from this page. It will take a little bit of time, about less than a minute, and you'll see the AI couldn't extract the text from this image. So sometimes this happens. If that happens, I was hoping that wouldn't happen during a live demo. If that happens, just refresh and try again. So I'll refresh, re-upload this image. And then we'll see what happens here. All right, I got it to work. Sometimes it takes a couple of attempts. It really just depends on how clear the image is. And I think this image that I used has a lot going on, so it took the AI a little bit of time to extract the information out. This background might be throwing things off. So just kind of scanning down here, you'll see that it provides a high-level conversion estimate discussing some strengths and weaknesses, some recommendations. It extracted the core text from the above the fold section that we took the screenshot of and uploaded to AI. Then it's measuring against things like value prop and scoring it, clarity, relevance, urgency, distraction, anxiety. So we're basically running this through a CRO framework to help with the analysis. This way, we're telling the AI what to score against rather than the AI kind of making things up and being inconsistent. So this ensures that we're always getting consistent results. Then there's copy recommendations. So let's just quickly walk through this just to give you an idea of what kind of feedback it gave. So again, this is the page, the section of the page that we're looking at. And it's saying that the conversion strengths are that it's clearly stating the discount, in this case, free inspection, and it has some trust signals with this mention of certifications here. And then the weakness is lacks a clear and compelling unique value prop. So a clear and compelling selling proposition. So this is kind of saying free inspection probably isn't unique enough and may not be a strong enough selling prop. And then the thing that I notice, and I think it's interesting that the AI picked up on this, is it's noticing the two different CTAs, and these are drastically different. And when I hit this page, I was actually thinking that myself. Like, that was the first thing that I noticed. It says, call us now, schedule inspection. What do you want me to do? I get confused, leave, and I'm sure that they have a pretty high bounce rate because of that. So it's interesting that the AI picked up on exactly what I was thinking. And it's saying, as a primary recommendation, unify the CTAs into a single CTA to guide the prospect to make a clear choice to reduce confusion. The more confusion that you add to your pages and your funnels, the more likely you're going to just see people bounce. So this recommendation alone could potentially have a huge impact. The thing about AI is it's not going to get it right 100% of the time, and neither would a human, but you will find like 1 to 3 really good insights from this analysis you can then take and put back into your own campaigns to improve performance. Here's the extracted text. As you're going through this, if you do not see the extracted text, then that means that it did not work and you just have to refresh and try again. We're going to work on like a fallback or something, or a way to upload your own text. I just wanted to start with a screenshot. Now we get into the conversion analysis. So let's take a look at value prop here. So it's saying that the value prop is moderate, probably because the offer is not really that bad. I don't know if it would be compelling enough to me, but I'm not in the market for a roof, so I'm not really sure. But let's take a look at what the AI says. It says the value proposition is moderately strong. It lists some appealing benefits like discounts, financing options, and warranties, but it really doesn't show how they're different from other roofing companies. And that's a pretty fair point, and I think that's a really logical point that AI came up with. Very interesting to see that. I didn't look close enough. I probably would have come to the same conclusion. So it's just interesting to see how AI is already aligned with like what I'm thinking here, or what I would have thought if I had taken a close look at it. And then it just says highlight unique features and services that make them different than the competitors. Emphasize Keystone State coverage more compellingly. I don't really know what Keystone State coverage is, but I'm assuming that's something that matters. Clarity here. So here it's getting a moderate score on clarity, and I think that's fair because if you look at the page here, the page is really clear. The thing that I think is a little disruptive in terms of clarity is the multiple CTAs. So if they fix that, then that probably helps. I do think the background's a bit distracting. So let's see what the AI says here. It says consolidate the CTAs to reduce confusion and create a straightforward user journey, and make the primary CTA schedule inspection to be more prominent. Now, this is where I think it would be interesting if the AI could take data, like click data, and actually make that recommendation based on data. And that will probably be a future thing that we work on. Relevance, it's getting strong in terms of that. So the content matches well with the potential customer's expectations. Urgency, weak. And I agree with that just looking at the page. There's no urgency to really do anything. Like, why do I want to schedule an inspection right now with this company? versus going back and looking at another company. So let's see what it says there. It says this section lacks strong sense of urgency. While a discount is appealing, there's no time limit or scarcity indicated to prompt immediate action. Introduce time-sensitive deals, highlight availability, slots filling up fast. I actually think that's kind of an interesting idea because if you think about it, for a local service, they only have so much time. I'm trying to get a tree cut down right now, and the people who are coming to cut down the tree, they only have specific days to meet me. So it's kind of making me panic because I know I need to get it cut down fast. And I feel like for roofing, it's kind of the same thing at play here. So I probably wouldn't have thought of that. And I think AI did a better job than I would have without really sitting down and thinking about it. Distraction here. So high distraction, and they're basing this on the multiple CTAs. I also feel like it should have caught the background image, but maybe that's stuff for AI to pick up on. And then anxiety, low anxiety. And I agree with that. They say that the hero section includes strong trust signals. Form fields are mostly standard. Now, what's interesting here is it says reduce form fields to the absolute minimum for required initial contact. Now, that is something where I disagree with the AI analysis on, because I'm all about getting more contact info. But what it could say is turn it into a multi-step form, or start with one contact field and progressively ask the prospect more information as they go through. So there's like some strategic things that it of course misses, but overall, I think this is a really strong analysis that provides some pretty solid insights. Then we get into the copy recommendations. Now, this is where I sometimes don't like the AI's output when it comes to copywriting, and there's some like fine tuning we can do with the modeling to get better copy back. So when it comes to the copy, I believe the prompt that we feed into AI to make it a little more unique is we write. It's something we prompt the AI with something like write the copy, the headline copy, like Dan Kennedy and Frank Kern, two amazing direct response copywriters. So that is basically what we feed into the AI to try to get a stronger output back. But it's hit or miss. What we'll probably do is add a button here to refresh to get multiple copy back, to get multiple variations back. And there's also a little chat where you can push the copy into the AI chat and then work through it with the AI. It's not showing up here. I accidentally took it down before the video, but we'll get it back. So you'll just see some of the copy here. It says, here's the original headline. And then this is saying transform your home with Keystone's #1 roof replacement experts. It's okay. I don't like saying transform. Like there's definitely stronger ways to say that. But here the subline, the Keystone State, I guess they're referring to this. I lost it. See, that's what I was saying, where you can't navigate away. And that's something we'll fix. But they were saying to say something like the #1 trusted roofing something. And I think that was actually a decent copy recommendation. So that is the landing page optimizer. There's a couple of things we're going to fix here. And please give it a try, provide feedback. And as we continue to build these out, I will provide updates to everybody. If there's anything that you would like to see as an AI agent, feel free to shoot us a message. We're open to ideas and feedback, and we're actually looking for ideas and feedback to figure out what to build next. What you'll probably see is the AI A/B testing agent come, and then we are going to be working on one around lead routing, email and SMS follow-up, and things like that. So stay tuned for more updates. Thanks.